Today's video is gonna be about bread.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get.
Odds are, if you're watching this video, you probably like bread to some degree. You might use it on sandwiches. You probably throw it in the toaster sometimes. Slap a little bit of peanut butter on one piece of bread, slap a little bit of a jam on another piece of bread, slap it together. PB&J, bitch. If you're feeling a little bit frisky, you might put a little bit of that fluff in there as well.
I will say one thing, I like to think that I have a powerful tongue, but struggling to get that off the spoon, it's so stuck on there.
But there are some people who take their obsession with bread to this extra level, right? I mean, I assume that I like bread just as much as any other guy, right?
Wrong.
I buy those big baguettes, right? Like the fluffy ones. My wife, she doesn't even eat the crust. She's kind of like digs the insides out of them. And, you know, I go into the kitchen and I'm ready to eat some bread, right? I'm really in the mood for some bread. And I go and I find this, just this shell. Just this empty shell. Anyway, I found a video uploaded on the Super Deluxe channel called Meet the Woman Who Smashes Her Face in Bread. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. This Asian girl has this fetish where she smashes her face in bread. I guess she likes the feeling of it. Let's give the video a watch, shall we?
So the process of bread facing is, number one, I go buy bread. Number two, I bring home the bread. And then number three, I
fuck the bread.
put my face in bread.
Oh, you don't say. You go to the store and you buy it, you buy the bread and you bring home the bread? I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure everybody knows how you got the bread. It's not some black market item we're talking about here. We wanna know why you smash your face in the bread. That's what we're interested in. Breadface! I am Breadface. Like it's some sort of superhero name or something. If you haven't bread-faced, have you even lived? The new way to experience carbs without sabotaging your New Year's resolutions. Fuck's sake.
Anytime I buy bread or find a very soft bread, I always touch it to my face.
Well, I guess don't knock it till you try it. So, got me some bread. So first I'm just gonna try one piece. What the fuck am I doing? It's not bad. Very squishy. I might get into this. I might become a bread facer. Is there like groups online? Is there a dating website I can find other bread facers on? Breadfacersmingle.com. Let's try a little bit of a stack here and see how this goes. If someone told me 2 years ago that I'd be smashing my face into a loaf of bread for money, I would believe them.
I love bread. I love bread. I eat it every day. That's why I'm here to say I love.
You know, I think I like the single piece of bread more. You can kind of see my face imprint there. Can you still eat the bread after? Is that allowed or is that gross? I mean, I assume it's gross because now you got all your face liquids in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that shit. Just tastes like squished bread. What about like really gross moldy bread? Is that allowed? You know, I don't know the rules. Let's just try it, right? Fuck it, that's really gross. I wonder if I'm gonna get like a disease if I do this. You know what they say, anything for that YouTube money.
I love bread. I love bread.
Now I gotta say, this one is not as good as the other loaf. It stings a little bit. Oh, that was a wild ride. Gotta do that shit again. Woo!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just.
I'm gonna go wash my face now because I think I'm slowly dying, and that's not a good thing. I don't wanna die yet. Things you do for YouTube, right guys? Fuck me. Yuck. All right guys, I just got back from washing all the mold off my face, so we are ready to go straight into a hamburger bun. Yeah! Ugh.
Of course I didn't expect it to blow up. I was actually like begging my friends to follow me, and they were like, get the out of here. My favorites are sponge cake. Croissants are always nice. Tortillas are just very cooling on my face. I love the ones that fall apart or like stick to my face. The party sub was just awful. It was just too big.
She bought a full party sub. That's expensive. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread to go to waste just to shove your face into it. Do you think she gets off to this shit? I bet this girl doesn't even have a mattress that she sleeps in. It's probably just a big pile of bread. And she just jumps into it, smashes her face into it.
I used to just wear whatever I had on, and then over time I kind of like approach it like a date.
I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
I do kind of want to look good for the bread, and I want to set the mood. Sometimes you have to go in really hard, and you get hurt. And then, you know, sometimes they're soft, but then a little too soft. Other times it's just like a wild card. You just make a huge mess and...
Shoving your face into some cupcakes, man. You'd think that'd be messy. Try some moldy bread. That's some hardcore shit.
You feel a little gross after, but all in all, you had a pretty good time.
I want to look good for the bread. I want to set the mood. Sometimes you gotta go in hard. I bet that when she's in the middle of doing it with someone, she asks them to shove bread in her face. You know, there's going at it, right? Yeah, yeah. And she's like, take that fucking baguette, smack me with it. Smack me with the baguette, bitch. So I'm guessing potential boyfriends can't be gluten intolerant. I'm just throwing that out there.
I decided to go with this almond mini croissant. I was gonna get the turnover, but then I saw this and it was too cute, so I had to get it.
Do you think when she goes to her local family barbecue, she like takes some hamburger buns and some hot dog buns and goes into the bathroom secretly and just starts shoving them into her face?
That's something I like about bread, is that it's an ephemeral object. So to kind of like cherish it in its most ephemeral state is kind of fantastic.
That's what I like about bread. It's like an ephemeral object, and like you cherish it in its ephemeral state. It's like fantastic. What? I mean, come on. She's shoving her face into bread. That's where it should end, really. Why does it automatically have to be like the sacred thing? Just because it's different and weird, you know? Because it's ephemeral. The bread is ephemeral object. I like the word ephemeral.
I guess a lot of people just wrote about me, like BuzzFeed, New York Times,
Please don't say the Wall Street Journal. Please don't say the Wall Street Journal. Please don't say the Wall Street Journal.
the Huffington Post.
Thank you, God.
It honestly feels like it happened to someone else. I think the reason why I don't want to reveal that much about me is because
I shove cream puffs up my asshole and I'd rather get fucked by a baguette than a penis.
I think the magic would kind of be gone. I'm very much like a normal person. I have a 9 to 5. This is like probably the only quirk about me, I guess.
The bakeries around her are probably really happy to have her because they're getting a lot of sales because she's buying so much bread. If you're thinking about opening up a bakery, just try and find out where these kind of people live.
Is this a sponge cake? Flour, cream, butter. Oh my God.
She's showing the bakery owners a video of her smashing her face into their bread. I mean, I guess it shouldn't matter to them. They're baking the bread to sell the bread, but man, you know they're gonna be giving her some weird looks whenever she comes in. Like, oh, what are you gonna smash your face into this time? You feeling a little squirrely? You want some cupcake? Maybe a more chocolatey cupcake?
A few people emailed me and told me that they beat off to the videos. A girl actually told me she rubbed one out to it, and I was like, I don't know, cool.
I know with a lot of my videos, I might seem like this guy who doesn't accept things like, you know, I'm kind of shitting on this weird stuff. But no, I love it. I love this weird, quirky shit. You know, it makes people different. It's what makes the world interesting, you know? And the fact that there's a lot of people like jacking off to these videos of her smashing her face into bread, good for them, you know? A little weird, but I think weird is good sometimes. It's harmless, you know? It's just weird.
I think this is like a very harmless thing to get off to.
It strikes me more than anything as Duchampian, if I may. Bread goes back a long, long, long way. Even what I think of as the fabulousness, the cool fabulousness of Breadface and that blog and what she's doing, I don't know that it moves the meter on where bread fits into the history of civilization. I really don't.
Oh, excuse me? You don't think the fact that there's people smashing their face into bread just to get some satisfaction out of their meaningless lives, you don't think that moves the meter from just eating it to smashing your face into it? Yes, it does. It's completely different. Are you saying that this has been a thing forever? I don't know, it probably has been. What the fuck am I talking about? People have been weird since the beginning of fucking time. I bet people have been fucking themselves in the ass with baguettes since it's been created. I bet people have been shoving their dicks into fluffy loaves since its creation. Why would I put it past them? You know? From all the shit that I've seen on the internet, just makes sense at this point, doesn't it? I mean, the other week I saw a video of this guy who got killed because he allowed a horse to fuck him in the ass. I guess anything's possible after that. You might sell someone a cucumber and it might go up their ass later. You sell someone a loaf of bread and they might shove their face into it. You never know. People are fucking weird. All right, guys, that will do it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure to smash your face right into that fucking like button.
Of course I didn't expect it to blow up. Just very cooling on my face. I love the ones that stick to my face, and I want to set the mood. Sometimes you have to go in really hard and you get hurt. It was just too big. You know, sometimes they're soft, but then a little too soft. Other times it's just like a wild card. You just make a huge mess and you feel a little gross after, but all in all, you had a pretty good time. The girl actually told me she rubbed one out to it. I guess that dreams really do come true.